I've used many DEXs from many different blockchains, and the reality is that I never found a DEX as good and as complete as Axo Trade. And you know what is outrageous is that it honestly offers a better trading experience, a more complete one than basically every centralized exchange I've used so far. And in this video, we will focus on analyzing this project, trying to understand its potential, because I don't believe that such a project will go under the radar for long. So, what growth potential does Axo actually have? I promise I'm not exaggerating. Axo, it's a real standout in the trading space, in the DEX space. It's not just another DEX. Besides beating all the DEXs in terms of functionalities, I think it's also superior to DEXEs, providing a better and more complete trading experience. Besides providing you with access to many different metrics, many different functionalities, visuals to help you maximize your trading efficiency and your trading experience, this DEX also allows you to copy the trades of individuals, to apply specific strategies, to leverage already existing strategies and blueprints and adapt it to your needs, and to even complete and deploy your own trading mechanisms from zero. You know, the goal of Axo, as we can see here on our website, is that these functionalities are leveraged not only by degens like you and me, but also by traditional finance and other companies. With Axo, the trades are happening on chain, they are fair, they are optimized in terms of pricing. But for me, the real innovation of Axo at the personal level is their non-custodial focus and characteristics, because it means that while you're using Axo, while you're doing all these strategies, you have total custody and control over your assets until they stop being yours. So assets actually remain in your power until these transactions are executed, which is super innovative and empowering for individuals, and it goes along with the principles of blockchain of removing intermediaries and the risks that come with it. So in this case, even if Axo goes down, the funds are still under your custody until they are actually sold. That is prime security, I would say. Axo is actually built on Cardano, and thanks to the feature mentioned above of having the custody of our funds, it actually means you can keep your ADA staked and you actually get staking rewards until your trades are actually executed. Axo also has created a unique and new programming language called X, specifically to create strategies on Axo and for trading on Axo. And it allows for these programmable swaps features they have, which increase market efficiency and security and give users the possibility of creating almost any kind of automated strategy by writing it down in code. You know, the reality is that they try for this language to be as simple as possible and to be able to be understood by humans and machines relatively easily. And it basically, it gives you the possibility of creating arbitrary complex trading strategies, because you have the variables and the metrics, and you can use them to create these strategies, and you can create as many strategies and as complex as you want because you have the programming language to define them. You know, if you're worried about the language, it follows a functional programming language. There is a lot of limits in terms of expressiveness and a lot of rules and that the language needs to respect, as well as the usage of formal verification methods in the creation of this language. So there's a high level of security and assurance with the language. It was done by professionals, as you'll see further down this video. I think these programmable swaps are very interesting and a complete different feature from all the other DEXs and platforms, because they are actually very empowering, as they give investors, retail and traditional investors, the chance to create automatic trading strategies, the chance to compete with larger players in the market, because the reality is no one can trade faster in an automated bot than an automated strategy, and this really democratizes the chances of everyone creating their strategies and benefiting from the markets. Of course, this does require a lot of education, and that's important to notice. But you also have access through Axo to advanced risk management strategies, such as the ones mentioned here, or market making strategies, for example, as well as access to many financial products. This will come in the future, such as indexes, futures, and options. Yeah, these are some really amazing features, but in this video, this focus is not on getting down into the app and showing you these features and showing you how it all works. The focus here is more from an investor's perspective. And if you'd like me to create a video that is more practical, more focused on how to use the platform, then please leave a comment requesting that video, telling me exactly what you'd like to learn. And as you're down there, please leave us a like to help this video reach more people. And considering all of these, AXO does seem to have a very significant advantage comparing to other DEXEs from other blockchains, as it offers more features, more composability, a higher degree of security, and the possibility to optimize your trading strategies and even to compete with TradFi. The best thing is all of this is done in a decentralized way, leveraging an extremely decentralized blockchain, as you can prove by yourself in the video here at the top, and providing revolutionary features for users to have full control over their assets during the whole process, and adding more security and removing the need to trust intermediaries. Trying to be as impartial as possible, I would say that the only downside of AXO is because it offers you so many more possibilities than the regular DEXs. This means that the team will need to put in a lot of effort to improve the user experience, to make it really good for users, especially people who are less knowledgeable, I would say, so that more users can use this protocol. And they will probably require a lot of educational content and even some marketing partnerships with financial influencers so that they can bring more people, increase the adoption, but also empower individuals to use these amazing features that are available to them. In this table here, we can see the advantages of AXO when compared to other DEXs and SEXs, and there are plenty, especially for seasoned investors that want to make the most out of the market, as well as for individuals that are worried about the safety of their funds and some of the important revolutionary principles of crypto, such as self-custody, decentralization, removing counterparty risk, and removing intermediaries. Now let's dive deeper into the AXO's roadmap and try to understand a little bit better its future potential. And as the next major feature, AXO intends to launch the index funds. These are just baskets of tokens that come together so that you can trade them all at once instead of trading the individual token. It works similarly to the S&P 500, for example. And here, if you wanted, you could create a similar index to the S&P 500 with the 500 best tokens in crypto or the 10 best tokens on Cardano and trade it on AXO as if it were a single token. And then we have a lending and borrowing feature, which is also useful to be able to chart and to leverage trade the market, and an important feature in trading platforms, but definitely one that requires a lot of education from users before using it, or they might get wrecked. Then we have here options trading, which allows individuals to buy and sell assets in the future at a favorable price that you set before in the option. Then we have spread betting that allows you to place bets on price movement. And besides that, we have the evolution to prediction markets that, besides price, allow you to speculate in all kinds of events. Finally, we have synthetic assets, similar to what Indigo Protocol is developing. We are thinking about doing a video about Indigo soon, and if you're interested on that, don't forget to subscribe. And from there will be the development of futures so that you can fix the price of a token and buy it in the future for that price, as well as perpetuals that allow you to remove time limits from your positions in the market. They have also want to develop their mobile app, as well as a social trading, where basically you can copy the strategies, the modus operandi of other users, regardless of how complex they are, and access those returns that they get. AXO also wants to create over-the-counter trading solutions and a launchpad for new tokens, as well as a way to communicate inside the app and exchange knowledge. This is just their initial roadmap, and the team has admitted that there is much more to come. Clearly, as we can see here, I think Axo wants to become the most complete platform for trading and for speculating in the markets, providing as many features as possible in a single platform. So it's basically your one-stop shop for these kind of activities. And if you're looking for timelines, unfortunately, you're not in luck, because Axo builds only with internal timelines, and those are not shared in the public, and the public just needs to wait until the features come out. That's what happened with the first protocol and what we have right now in terms of technology. And in terms of roadmap, maybe you look at it and you think that there are a lot of features, but the reality is that even though it might take a while, I do think the Axo team have shown they can deliver very complex work and some really great technology that is very flexible and full of features. I wasn't expecting their first iteration to have so much. So it's likely that they'll keep on surprising us with high quality deliverables. But of course, now that we know what is stored in terms of the future, I think it's important to dive deeper into the team and to actually see if the team can deliver on this ambitious roadmap. And the Axo Trade Protocol is developed by the Generation Lambda team. This is a considerable team of experts with over 21 team members, and that is still growing. And we have here the CEO, Jared Irkiel, that worked for several years as a developer and a team leader in traditional finance companies such as Citadel or UBS, and with over 20 years of experience in the development of software. Then we have here the Chief Strategy Officer, Mark Dumpf, with over 15 years of experience in traditional finance as a senior finance professional, an advisor, a consultant, a strategist, and a hedge fund and asset manager. In fact, he has actually managed funds with over $1 billion under his control, which is amazing if you think about it. And he's focused on strategy and institutional adoption, and he does seem to be the right man for the job. But besides the core team and the founders, it's amazing to see the amount of experience that exists in the rest of the team, with many professionals and many team leaders with over 20 years of experience. A complete team with honestly great developers, but also individuals with a lot of experience and achievements in terms of marketing and business development, which is important and to make a successful company. And honestly, the level of quality of this team is truly amazing and truly surprising. You have here some great professionals that could find jobs in the best companies, and that might explain all the great, fantastic work they have done so far, the technology they have launched, and how they were able to add so much more to traditional DEXEs, especially with all their experience in the traditional finance world. They really know what's missing, what can be improved, and that's why I think they have a good chance to also reach traditional finance companies and not just degens and people investing in cryptocurrencies. Now, I think the last important part to consider is the token. This is key as well, because even if a project is great, even if it has a huge chance of success, it does not mean that the success will reflect on the price of the token. So if you buy the token, that might not be the best way to invest in the project. So first, let's start by quickly looking at the price of AXO, which is currently at $4.45. And with a very small circulating supply of 1.46 million tokens, because it's important to note that the total supply is of 42 million tokens, so only around 3% of the tokens out. And as you can see, this is still a very early stage token. It has only launched in March, and currently you can get AXO on Bitmart or on Max-C, as well as in Finance, MinSwap, and Axo Trade. Looking at the tokenomics, there are actually 42 million AXO tokens, with 20% going for development, with a linear vesting of 5% each year during 4 years. 25% goes to the treasury of the protocol, and that should be employed, consider the voting of the community. It's basically a DAO that decides what to do with these tokens. 45% will be rewards for the platform to incentivize new users coming into the protocol and for several different initiatives in terms of marketing. And there is 5% for a private sale and 5% airdrop for early adopters of the protocol. And here you can see the token distribution chart. All the tokens should be made available in 4 years using linear vesting schedules for all the different allocations. The token seems to have somewhat limited utility, I would say, but the more the protocol is used, the more transactions you have, the more demand there should be for the token, and its price should increase, considering that the fees captured by the protocol will be used to buy back the AXO token, and these AXO tokens will go into the treasury of the AXO DAO. And then all the AXO token holders will be able to decide what should happen to this AXO and how it should be spent. The transaction fees, just for your information, are 0.1%. AXO holders will also have access to special features and special tools inside the protocol. And, to be honest with you, looking at the tokenomics, the allocation seems to make sense. It's fairly distributed. The majority is going to platform rewards. The private sale is not too large. There is something considering development and something to be employed by the community, which is great. However, the emission schedule for the token actually seems a bit rushed because you only have 4 years to go, which actually makes me wonder if that would be enough to drive adoption for the protocol and to align incentives for the long-term success of the protocol. But to be honest with you, considering this is an exchange token, it's at least nice to see that the token will be buybacked and will be then spent by the token holders that should have the best interest of the token at heart. Overall, I think AXO, is actually an amazing project. It's a revolutionary DEX, a revolutionary trading platform with unique features that competitors don't have, regardless of how centralized or decentralized they are. But I think with the challenge that they need to try to overcome to make user experience as simple, as intuitive as possible, and to educate users to be able to really use the amazing functionalities they have developed. The roadmap for the project is ambitious. The team is honestly great, one of the best teams in crypto, I would say. And the tokenomics, while well distributed with a dynamic where the success of the protocol will hopefully reflect on the price of the token, they do seem to have a much more shorter to medium term focus, and I would like to see a little bit more of long term focus. However, AXO is very recently, they have launched recently, they have gone under the radar, to be honest with you, and I believe that they have some significant potential within the next years at least. But of course, this is not financial advice, this is just my opinion, and you should do your own research on AXO. But I would love to hear from you, of course, and understand what you think about this project and this analysis. Please drop it in the comments. And thankfully, this is not the only protocol we have for you today and the only analysis, because if you want to keep on learning about these early stage crypto gems like AXO, you do have a great chance with this video about Iagon, and I'll see you there.